Yeah, just working man Wednesday. No real opening comments other than we've had a good week of practice. Proud of our guys and how they have handled a little bit of change in our routine and done a nice job. And we're excited about finishing things up here tomorrow and heading up to South Bend on Friday.
Hey, Coach, it's Trevor from CUTigers.com. Presumably Taisun is just one play away from being your quarterback on Saturday. How has he been handling the ball with the break in his left hand? And are you a lot more confident now in Hunter Helms? Should you have to resort to playing him after the way he played at Georgia Tech?
Yeah, Taisun's good. I mean, he's ready to go. I mean, he's no problems at all. The area he has just right on the top of his hand, but there's nothing in his wrist or fingers or anything like that. So he's got no problem. They've got him protected on the top, so he's got no problem at all doing everything we need him to do. Definitely more confident in Hunter than I was before Georgia Tech, just because he was playing scout team wideout. So we've been keeping him with us, and he's been getting some work. With Trevor being out. So he's been our third guy, and smart kid, and he's worked hard to get the plan down.
Coach, have Tyler Davis and Mike Jones been practicing this week? And if so, do you feel pretty good about them playing on Saturday?
Yeah, I was hoping that I would feel good today, but they're just not quite ready. And, unfortunately, and again, you can only take a certain amount of guys up there, and, they're just not quite ready to go. Good news is we've got an open date next week, and fully expect both of them, ready to roll, full speed against Florida State. But we were all hopeful that, they would make enough progress to be able to make it this week. Just don't think that's going to be the case.
Anybody with anything else for Coach?
Just me and Trevor tonight, huh?
No, I'm here, Dabo, unfortunately. Just curious, especially without Tyler, how big of a challenge this is for your defensive line to get, I guess, regular disruption and, and to control the line of scrimmage.
Next man up. That's just the way it is. That, it's certainly always better when you have your best players with you, for sure. And we all know what Tyler Davis is capable of doing, but hey, just opportunity for other guys to step up. Obviously, we want to have Trevor with us, but opportunity for DJ to step up and play and show what he can do. So it is what it is. So we certainly are better with Tyler Davis than without him. But the challenge just goes to the other guys. We've got a good group, confident in those guys. Brazil's gotten a ton of experience now. He's not a freshman anymore. Miles Pinckney has played well for us. Jordan, Darnell has got to be ready to roll. So we don't have big numbers there, but we got to make it work.
Hey, Dabo, it's Anna with Clemson 24/7. Another injury question for you. I know Frank's kind of been dealing with a hip. How did he practice this week?
He's looked good. He'll be ready to go.
Coach, it's Trevor again. Not a lot of teams have a back that can do what Travis does in the passing game. Does the mere threat of just having him out there really open things up for your other wide receivers?
Oh yeah, no question. You have to play him every snap. He's and people have tried to take him out of the game just by the nature of how they played us with unblocked defenders and things like that. And so we're not allowing people to do that. If you're going to play a lot of man coverage, then somebody's got to cover him. So we've gotten him the ball multiple ways, but we would not be able to do those things if it wasn't for his improvement and his confidence. He allows us to really do anything from a game plan standpoint with him. Obviously, he's our run game, but everything in the passing game is on the table with him as well. last week we spread him out empty and ran a double move with him, for a huge play in the game. He's just so confident. His development has been amazing. As I've said many times, I mean, he was a very one-dimensional player when he got here. And now there's really nothing he can't do. He can play every down. He's got such great knowledge. He's playing incredibly confident and tough, and he's always played fast, but he's even playing faster because the game has slowed down for him. So, yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's the best player we got, and wouldn't be very smart if we didn't try to give him the ball. It's almost like got C.J. Spiller all over again. That's kind of how it feels for me. It's kind of fun to plan every week, different ways to get him the ball.
Dabo, this is Matt with the State. Is Nick McCloud an in-state guy from Rock Hill? Is he a guy you were familiar with at all, or do you know anything about him, the cornerback for Notre Dame?
Yeah, Yeah, know him well. I mean, he's a great player at NC State. He's, that's why he's starting on one of the best defenses in the country. I mean, he's a veteran guy. Same thing with 28, and over to the field. Two really good players, man. Both safeties, very good players. And it's just a complete defense. They have not had to pressure people very, very often because of how they're built up front, and that allows them to be a little more diverse in the secondary. So as opposed to what we played last week, those guys had to kind of create a little more pressure, and so they had to play a lot of man coverage and one safety, and Notre Dame can be a little more multiple on the back end. Just simply because they're elite up front.
And defensively, you guys have been really good against the run and short yardage situations. Just what kind of a challenge is that going to be with their running game and their backs, and how important could that be this weekend, do you think?
Well, the challenge is that offensive line. Those guys are monsters. I mean, they're massive and they're incredibly smart. They've been playing together for a long time, and they got three good backs that they roll in there. But it starts with those guys up front. So winning at the point of attack, and we've been a great third. That's to me the key area in the game. I mean, we've been a great third down team offensively and defensively, and so have they. So something's got to give right there. And it'll come down to setting the tone in the trenches for both sides.
With the running game, did y'all go outside a little more with Travis in the second half, have a little more success there, or was it about the same as the first half?
About the same. Yeah, we mixed it up. We ran a little outside zone, some inside zone. We popped one really good outside zone. They called us for a dead-gum chop block, but we ran some counter, ran some power, ran just some normal zone read stuff, got him on the outside a time or two. Just kind of what we do. The long touchdown he had was just straight inside zone, out of the pistol, inside zone, trick play. You just gotta sometimes you just gotta hang in there. But again, our ability to run the ball loosened up because of what we did in the passing game, because they were absolutely not going to let us run the football if we would not have been able to make some big plays in the passing game, and that opened some things up. But we really moved the ball well the whole game. We just kind of got in trouble in that first half. Defensively, we just didn't play well, and then we had the scoop score for a touchdown, 100 yards there. But really, offensively, really moved the ball the whole game. But we had to win a bunch of competitive plays, and make some explosives in the passing game, and that led to a little bit more opportunity to run the ball.
Dabo, this is Larry again. Is there, I guess, an added benefit to DJ having a week of practice as the starter instead of 48 hours notice?
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. That's for sure. You would think that it would, but it's a little different animal for him. But the thing about DJ, what's so cool about him is he's prepared since game one to go start the game. That's just his mindset. That's his mental makeup. Like I told y'all last week when I found out I I was getting ready to call him, and Tony said, well, I just passed him. He's in the quarterback room. And, this is middle of the day, and he has no idea. He's just in there by himself preparing, and that's why he's ready to go be successful. He's preparing for his opportunity, and boom, all of a sudden, coach walks in the door and says, hey, you're starting in 48 hours. Let's go. Thankfully, he's prepared that way. So it's been good because he's had a chance to get all the reps with the ones for the entire week. He'll be ready. He'll play well.
Hey, Dabo, it's Anna again. What stands out to you about Notre Dame's linebacking core?
It's very smart. I mean, they're physical and all that. Number 6 is a freak show. I mean, he is a really fast, dynamic guy that can do a lot of things. And the 2 inside guys are, just smart, veteran guys that they fit the run well. They know where to get in the drops. They read things well. They're really, really smart. They understand football. And so, they'll be well prepared, with what we do. So we've got to do a great job of, execution and they, when they do pressure, they do a nice job. So just two excellent, good size, run well, and they're physical. There's really no weaknesses on their defense as I see it.
Dabo, you feel pretty good about Ngata this week?
Yeah. I think he's had a good week of practice as well. So it's been good to, kind of have him and Frank rolling. And we've obviously been incredibly limited. Ngata's, he's probably the best guy we got and out of camp. And he hadn't really been able to do a whole lot. But he's had a good week. And, hopefully that will, translate to maybe a little more playing time.
Coach, I know it was early in the season when Jeff Scott played against them, but I'm just curious if you spoke with him at all just to kind of compare notes and see what he thought about Notre Dame.
No, I have not. He's wanting to burn that tape. That's for sure. That was a rough one.
Right.
But I have not talked to Jeff. I talked to him after the game, but not this week.